Hey, I'm Zach from Yawa, and today we're going to give you a little tutorial on how to use Firebase Studio to create the app of your dreams. So first we're going to go to the area that says prototype an app with AI. I'm going to write something like, let's create an app that connects scriptwriters to producers and directors by creating a simple area for scriptwriters to upload their scripts into categories organized by genre, and let's add a place for producers and directors to download said scripts with intellectual property protections for any script uploaded. So, okay, now I'm going to click prototype with AI. As you can see, I have a little blueprint here, and the app blueprint is pretty amazing. So it gave me a suggested name. I'm free to change that as I get into the prototype, but it tells me the features: script upload, script download, IP protection, AI script summary, user roles, and script search. So all of this looks pretty amazing and is pretty much exactly what I said in my prompt, but just kind of broken down more in a coder mindset. Then obviously you see the style guidelines, you got color, layout, typography, iconography, and animation. So you do have an opportunity before you actually say prototype this app to iterate and make some changes before it begins. You'll also see here it provides the stack, which is AI and UI, and that's just what it's saying is the suggested stack for this specific app. So depending on what you ask it, it might actually provide you a different stack. I'm going to show you what it would look like if I add something here. Let's add a prompt. Can we also make a chat area for any producers or directors to reach out to scriptwriters so they can make an offer or at least begin that conversation? The app would get 1% of any script purchase through the connection made on the app. So obviously trying to think about ways to monetize your app is going to be important. It does cost money to connect the backend. Let's press prototype this app. You'll obviously get the response here where it's now going to reason about the main app code, and it will begin to give you the beginnings of a prototype of your app, which is amazing because it allows you to kind of like see your idea and iterate it as you go, which, previously in the past, before things like Firebase Studio, any creative who would have been a vibe coder would have hit a wall here where they have an amazing idea, but they need to spend tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars for a coder to help them bring it to life. So really anyone that is creative or innovative has an opportunity here to step in the app coding game and bring their ideas to the forefront using things like Firebase Studio. So it's going to take a few minutes for it to load the prototype. Depending on how complex your ask is, it might take more time. So we're going to give it a few minutes and then we'll hop in when it's done. Now that we have our app prototype, let's take a look. You can see here that it says script link. This looks really beautiful. I'm noticing a couple things like the dashboard word is really close to the actual script link there on the top left, the logo. So that's something that will change. But if we take a look through this website, you can see it's looking pretty clean. You're going to need on most websites, not all, but it will let you know on the bottom right, it will say enter your Gemini API key. If you don't know how to create one, just go ahead and click auto generate, and it will do that for you. So now I'm going to take a look kind of through the build of the website. As you can see here, it has a mock of the writers, the producers, the directors, and all of their communication features. So looking pretty clean. You'll notice here that 800 by 400, that's just an area where it's saying a photo could be. You're going to want to create a public folder in the root of the project in order to add any of your own photos or PNGs that you can then connect to said website or app. We're going to show you an opportunity here to see what happens when a bug occurs. And you can click on the bottom left to see when there's an issue, the red button will appear. So as you can see here, there's a console error. Obviously, Gemini is going to make some mistakes, so double check it to make sure that everything's correct. What's really cool about this process is, again, if you don't have much coding experience, Gemini will help you through this. Usually in your chat area, it'll actually say that an error has occurred, and it will give you an opportunity to press fix this error, which is really amazing. If that doesn't come up, just copy and paste the error and upload it to your chat. It will then reason a solution. So as you can see, it recognizes the issue that it made and it makes the file change necessary to make your website work. Because like I said, if you're a vibe coder, you can focus more on the creative and less on the coding, but still make sure that you're actually creating a website that will be functional at the end of the day. So here the changes are made now and the app should be functional. So here I go. I can now upload my script. I can go to messages and I can kind of get this thing looking the way I want. But as I said to you guys earlier, I am going to want to change the fact that dashboard is pretty close to the logos on the top left. So I am going to let Gemini know that that is an issue aesthetically. And here we go. Look, dashboard is now kind of aligned in a way that we would prefer, and everything's looking pretty clean. So that's just kind of an overall breakdown on how you guys can use Firebase Studio to unleash your creativity. Feel free to leave a question in the comment section if you want to know any more information. I've tested a bunch of prototype apps on here, and I'm really happy with the output. This is a free platform. There are paid options that offer upgrades, but this is really worth trying and at least expressing some of your creativity on here, because clearly the future is going to be humans that leverage AI to be able to work more efficiently and, bring their ideas to life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content.